I wake up every morning, I read my Bible, I try to just shut up, don't say anything wrong, listen to everybody, let everybody just walk over me around the world, even here in this white neighborhood. Everybody don't fucking pay me no mind. Their dogs chase me around because I'm black and they teach their dogs to chase black people. They don't chase nobody else. It's hard to be me. I'm sorry, sir. I'm very sorry. I apologize, but it's really hard. The reason I'm not a breadwinner, dude. You're Asian, dude. You know how I look in the Asian community can't fucking paying for shit, man?
I know you have a lot of background to make you feel the way you do. I totally understand.
It's my whole life, but I have to live it.
But you have to be above yourself.
I can't. It's hard. It's really hard when the world, you walk out the door and they step on your neck. As you walk out the door, they step on your neck. You're not even human out here, man. And I'm sorry, I can't tell nobody. I don't even have parents here. Sorry. I'm just telling you because I couldn't vent to nobody.
So I'm not trying to mock you or anything, but if you're a true Mennonite, true Christian, you have to rely on your faith big time. You got to go to God and say, make you, stronger than you think you're capable of doing, so that you can withstand these situations by reading the scripture, doing whatever you need to do. You have to go beyond yourself, because it's not about, oh dang, I made a fool out of myself. This is so embarrassing. It's not about that. It's about you did your best, and we give you a lot of credit for coming this far. And your wife appreciates you for kind of spearheading this. And it's not like, I'm just trying to give you the truth and accurate information without sugarcoating it. I'm just letting it down, but I'm not here to say how you fucked up, how you messed up. That's not my point. My point is to say, let's work together, and how do we get this thing around? The goal is to get some money, correct me if I'm wrong, to get your unit back in order, to be in a
but I think if we throw it out and whatever, I just lost all I apologize, but I just lost all my oomph because there's no money there. $12,000, what the frig? I could just give you that right now.
And thing is,
I want
it's not about,
to go for them for what we.
It's not about, you have to, the biggest enemy that the New Testament talks about is our pride. You know where I'm coming from. It's the pride is our biggest challenge. I must say, having read the scripture and you're being prideful. If you know where I'm coming from. Pride is becoming. You're thinking more about yourself, about all the work and effort that you put into this case. You think that's almost going down the drain, going down the trash, and you think, shit, man, that's painful. I get it, but it's not about that, because you're looking so much about yourself, about your pride. You don't want to you have to let go. You have to have humility, big time, and say, listen, I'm going to learn from my mistake. I'm going to be better, and this is going to eventually help my legal career, because this is something that you're not going to forget. Okay, when something is painful and difficult, oftentimes you don't forget it, and that's why the human nature is not to repeat those mistakes, because every time you get close to a similar situation again, you remember what happened to you in the past. Okay, that's how you go from it. You have all the people who have succeeded in business and in the world. They have had some big time failures. And yours is nothing compared to what they've gone through. So your attitude has to be more, mature, and say, listen, I'm going to be a true Mennonite, or however you phrase yourself, and do what a true Mennonite will do. Will not give up. Will not look at my doing and trying to feel bad about it, and learn from it. Yes, you spend probably a couple of hundred hours, I don't know, into this case, and tons of energy, reading stuff up at night, but it's not in vain. You still learn and acquire something out of that. Now that both of you decided that we really can't do this by ourselves, we need to get an attorney. And you can say, fortunately, we were able to meet, and hopefully I am that right attorney, and hopefully things, at a year from now or whenever, we'll see, oh wow, we got a pretty decent result. That's what you have to look at. You can't beat yourself down or curse the world. You can't be Job here, if you know what I mean. You know Job, right?
Yeah.
The Old Testament.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? You gotta be greater than that. You gotta be, a bigger person. And it's about, if we see something that's not in the right path, we have to correct the path. So we don't drive into the, iceberg or something. And I wish I was wrong. I wish we can continue this claim against Automobile Club, but I think it's like, if you want to get a payout, we have to go after someone who's at fault. It's HOA. No matter how you slice it, it's HOA. Is it your fault for not putting barriers on the patio or putting some kind of dam or something to prevent? No, you're not supposed to. That's not your response. No freaking condo owner does that. That's crazy. Unless you're completely paranoid. There's no other HOA. They dropped the ball. They should have it, inspected every year. They should do a water hose test. I don't know what the history is, but they didn't do all of that stuff. And we have good history from 2 years ago. They knew this was, so that means they were put on notice, meaning they knew this could happen. And they failed to, it was probably about money. They didn't want to spend the big money to get it fixed. That's all it boils down to HOA. They want to do Mickey Mouse job. They want to save money. Oftentimes, you don't spend the big money now, you end up spending more later. You know what I mean? So, it's about that. It's not about, man, you and them. You can't beat yourself down. That's not going to help you or both of you. So, for me to respond to the discovery, which we were going to originally plan to do today, right? Spend a couple of hours. It's like
not worth the time.
It's like that's kind of wasting the time, because I think we're on the verge of dismissing them. So I have to strategize to go, how can I get the most, miles? I can probably get them to stipulate to file the against the HOA and to serve them, because we can go on to California Secretary of State. You'll see who the agent for. It's probably some company or office. You can easily find it. So they're helping us save some time by not doing a full-fledged motion, which is like 10, 15 hours potentially. So they allow that, and then with the assurance to them, we're going to dismiss you guys because the HOA is going to take your shoe, fill your shoes. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And if there's some other parties who are at fault, we can't go after the individual board officers unless we have evidence that they purposefully, negligently did some, even though they're the one who controlled the HOA and they're the one who decided not to spend the money where they should. But you can't really sue them individually, because I don't know if you learned that in law school.
Yeah, it's not their name they're not the HOA.
So it's called respondent superior or something like that. It doesn't really apply. Unless they personally went beyond their boundary and did something pretty egregious. Then you can sue them. I wish I could go after the individuals, but that would be considered somewhat frivolous. So, I kind of suspected that when we first spoke. I'm not sure if, first of all, I knew right off the bat the HOA, the big missing defendant was the HOA. It's like, oh my gosh, you didn't put, it's understandable if you had included HOA and your insurance, that's fine. But when you left out the HOA, that's like the elephant in the room, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So
I could tell me that made a lot of sense. I don't even want to say what happened, but it was more stress than you think it could be for me, because just even filing it was
it's hard.
super hard,
You had a lot of rejections. You have to go back and forth.
Like 19 rejections.
I know, it's really hard, because if you had somehow even consulted with a paralegal who's done this 1,000 times, somehow get a private paralegal and say, hey, I'll pay you $1,000, whatever, to get me put this together and file it. let's say you were able to find them, that person would have done it in, you know, a couple of hours or whatever.
Yeah, that's what we did for the.
It's really hard because you're doing something, you're
I'm
going
not
to
trained
you
for
go to
it.
an area that this is not your area,
Mhm.
you know? She can handle most aspects of accounting, but if you told her to get into some electrical engineering, whatever, which she's not gonna be able to do it. Just like you, even though you graduated from some law school, doesn't make you trained to handle this situation. And oftentimes law school, they don't teach you a lot of these things, practicals
Yeah.
of filing. You kind of learn it when you pass your bar and start working. So,
Yeah, because I was wondering when I was going to learn to file. Because it's like, dude, there's no program to learn to file. Even in the Superior Court, you can't have, there's
your best bet would have been, again, I don't want to say,
a library.
just get a hold of some attorney. I know we have tried, but if you continue to look for somebody and just say, how can you pay somebody? Can you please look at our potential case, blah, blah, blah. It could be an attorney, it could be a really experienced paralegal. I think they would have pretty much, you know, told you what they believed.
Yeah.
Only bad attorneys will lie so you can hire them. You know what I mean? They'll kind of like embellish the truth,
Yeah.
exaggerate things. But that's what you're looking at, and you could also do another route. Dismiss this case altogether, and you guys paid your filing fees, right? Roughly $1,000, right?
Yeah.
Together. You lose that money.
Yeah, that's fine.
But another route is you file a brand new lawsuit because you're within your statute of limitations. Property damage is 3 years, right? That's what you're looking at. This happened in February, so you got, you got plenty of time. That's another way is to start over because you never filed against HOA. You file a brand new lawsuit, kind of from scratch.
Against HOA.
Yeah. So either way, if I try to work with them, and I don't know if they'll go along with the stipulation, because going for the stipulation is a lot easier. Like putting all the summons, complaints, civil case, cover sheet, all that crap, that takes time. You know, you went through that. You know, for me,
That's the worst part of it.
Because listen, I've done it so many times.
It's second nature.
Yeah, second
right?
nature. I can do it fairly well. I had my share of rejections for many years, because it's just
Well,
hard
that's
to
the
figure
hardest
things out.
thing, getting rejected from the Superior Court.
So that means nothing procedurally that you get rejected. But the best route is, instead of filing a motion, because I'm trying to keep my hours as limited as possible,
Yes.
it's better just to do a brand new case. You know what I mean?
By the way, like, I don't want you to feel like my emotions are over. I just usually just react and then that's it.
Yeah.
So
That's fine.
don't think that I'm like.
Every person is different.
I just.
It's better for if you have angst or emotion to get it out
Yeah.
right then instead of holding it up.
And
My wife,
problem.
she's the person who holds up in the bottle
Yeah.
and it kind of explodes
Yeah.
in your face.
Yeah, I can't do
But
that.
that's not good,
I can't. do that.
especially in a relationship.
Yeah.
Um,
She knows right away.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's what you're looking at in the big picture, okay? If I had my ways, I would talk to Nina, was it?
Uh-huh.
And see, I don't know if she has some influence, obviously.
Yes.
She's probably close to the